How get your ex back? Let her make the first move. Do you wonder how get your ex back? So did Sean Okazi. His girlfriend had stormed out one day and said, "I don't ever want to see you again." Sean was devastated, to say the least. He was desperate and wanted to know how get your ex back. The first thing Sean needs to realize is that his ex, Therese, needs some space. She was obviously stressed and or angry about something, and she needs to recoup. The last thing Therese needs is for Sean to jump in and start calling, texting, and emailing her. She doesn't need flowers or love letters. These are all things not to do when you wonder how get your ex back. Instead, he should wait for Therese to call him. She will have to contact him eventually, if only to arrange to pick up the things she has at his house. She is also going to want closure on the situation. At this point, Sean needs to be ready to make his move. He needs to be open to discussing the problems that their relationship was going through and admit his role in them. He also needs to confront Therese on the things she was doing that caused challenges in their partnership. Sean and Therese need to have a long heart-to-heart talk. But Therese needs to initiate the contact. When someone has just walked out of your life, you may feel a need to grab them back. This is the wrong tactic. There was obviously a problem that needed a grand gesture on your ex's part. Once he or she gets that out of their system, you are ready to make progress on the problem. But, if you crowd your ex, you tell him or her that you are desperate for their love. You let them know that they are completely calling the shots. When you give in this way, you are actually pushing them away. If you are wondering how get ex back, you should start by giving him or her the space needed to get some perspective on the relationship. If you don't, you will drive them even further away. Your ex is obviously attracted to you. He or she would have left quietly if they just wanted to move on. The good news is that the grand gesture or dramatics lets you know that they still have a considerable amount of emotional energy invested in the relationship. But, don't squander that emotional energy by pursuing them prematurely. Let your ex settle down and get some perspective. Only then will you be able to solve the problems in your relationship. Sean was patient and waited for Therese to call him. When she did, she was somewhat embarrassed about how she had left things. When Sean suggested they meet for coffee and talk about things, she readily agreed. Therese wanted to get their relationship back on track, and the way Therese handled things allowed her to have the space she needed to do so. And that is how get your ex back. To learn exactly what to do and what to say to get your ex-lover back in your arms, click the blue link in the video description box. Or type this URL in the address box of your browser. shortway2.com/xback. Learn exactly how to stop your breakup, divorce or lover's rejection. Even if your situation seems hopeless,